least 3 names are now being floated for the position of press secretary, one day after the resignation of attorney Trixie Cruz Angeles. Inflation zoomed to 6.9% in September on the back of higher prices of food and utilities. And Pag-asa has declared the end of the habagat season. The Philippines will start to experience cooler weather in the coming days, courtesy of the Northeast Monsoon or Amihan. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. 3 former media men are now being eyed to become the next press secretary. Transportation Undersecretary Cesar Chavez confirmed that he was offered the post of press secretary. Chavez said that while he is currently focused on his job in the DOTR, he is not closing his door on the offer.
Ang binanggit ko ay bigyan ako ng pagkakataon na i-process sa isip ko ang adopt na ito. And at the same time, if there is a chance, discuss kung ano ang pwedeng gawin.
Another possible pick for press secretary is attorney Mike Toledo, whose name has been floating since last week. The Chamber of Mines chairman was seen with President Bongbong Marcos in a DENR event earlier today. Toledo did not confirm if he had been formally offered the position, but he did say that he is willing to be of service to the Marcos government.
Sino ba naman tayo para po tumanggi? I will be humbled, and it will be an honor and a privilege to serve under the Marcos administration.
Another name that surfaced is PAGCOR Board Director and former Congressman Gilbert Remulla. Remulla said he is flattered to be considered for the post, adding that he serves at the pleasure of the President. Meanwhile, former Executive Secretary Vic Rodriguez has confirmed his complete exit from the Marcos Jr. administration. In a statement, Rodriguez said he has already spoken with the president about his wish to spend more time with his family. Rodriguez added that he will be staying mum on matters related to his previous role as executive secretary. Rodriguez resigned from his role as ES but was supposed to stay on as presidential chief of staff. However, an administrative order on this appointment was never released. And 2 bills seeking to protect freelancers and informal sector workers have been filed at the Senate. Camille Samonte with the details.
The Senate Committee on Labor, Employment and Human Resources tackled 2 measures that seek to protect freelance and informal sector workers. These are the Freelancers Protection Act and Magna Carta for workers in the informal economy. The measures seek to protect workers who are not covered by labor laws and do not receive social welfare benefits. The Freelancers Protection Act seeks to provide a written contract between the freelancer and its clients. In this way, the freelancer can have a proof of the scope of work and salary agreement. According to Senator Jinggoy Estrada, freelancers have a big contribution in the economy, which is why it is important that they are protected against abuse and exploitation.
Hindi may tatanggi na sila ay mahalagang sektor ng ating pamayanan at maraming individual at pamilya ang nagkaroon ng sapat na kita mula sa freelance work. Subalit kaakibat nito ang katotohanang hindi sapat ang proteksyon na naibibigay ng pamahalaan para sa kanila.
The National Anti-Poverty Commission supports the filing of the bill. They said a mechanism should be in place to monitor the contractors who are hiring freelancers.
This right should be monitored on how the parties, specifically the contractors, implements the law, Mr. Chair. And lastly, Mr. Chair, there are some instances po na ang mga freelancers ay nata-terminate ng hindi naayon sa batas. So if that would be also included in the consideration of this honorable committee to consider that the freelancer should only be terminated if there are just causes.
A representative of delivery and food riders was also present in the hearing. Riders are complaining about the low salary they receive, which is based on the delivery fee and the number of bookings they get per day.
Grab food po sa NCR. Nakakatanggap po sila ng 45 pesos po per delivery ang base fare po ng
Delivery. So nakaka-delivery.
In average po, naglalaro po ito ng 10 to 20 deliveries. May mga operational cost po dahil sa amin po ang motor, lahat po ng equipments na ginagamit po, kami po ang gumagamit.
The group suggests coming up with a standard fare for all courier and food delivery riders. However, Labor Undersecretary Benedicto Bitonio said the agency may not be able to handle the additional administrative tasks come with implementing the measure. This did not sit well with the senators. Another committee hearing will be conducted to discuss the position paper submitted by stakeholders. For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
We're gonna pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Inflation sizzled to 6.9% in September on the back of higher costs of food and utilities. The latest inflation print is faster compared to the 6.3% that was logged in August. However, it did settle within the central bank's 6.6% to 7.1% forecast range for the month. China Bank Chief Economist Dominique Velasquez told Business World Live that inflation could peak above 7% this month of October.
Electricity prices might increase in October, and you also have this new round of transport price increases, not just for jeepneys, but now covering buses, taxis, grab cars.
Velasquez also said that an increase in remittances as December approaches could help prop up the peso and help ease inflation.
Largely, the peso has been driven by the dollar increase in the past few months, right? But we do have some structural inflows that we're expecting. We do have remittances coming in this October and November.
The Premier Volleyball League or PVL reinforced conference is back with beefed up rosters and a new tournament format. The conference finals will now be a best-of-5 series, while the battle for third place will be played through a best-of-3 format. A new video challenge system will also be implemented to help referees make better calls during games. PVL games will begin this Saturday, October 8, with a doubleheader between PLDT and Army, followed by Akari versus Signal HD. And over at the UAAP, the UP Fighting Maroons frustrated the Adamson Falcons in overtime, 87-78. The defending champs came back from a 16-point deficit and even had the upper hand in the final seconds of regulation. An 8-0 run in the extra 5 minutes pushed the Maroons ahead for good. Save Lucero had 15 points to lead the Diliman side, while Malik Diouf had 13 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Jerome Lastimosa had a game-high 25 points, despite the heartbreaking loss for Adamson. UP takes win number 2, while the Falcons fall to 0-2 in the standings. And in the weather, Pag-asa has declared the end of the southwest monsoon or habagat season. The Philippines should gradually experience cooler days as the northeast monsoon or amihan season begins. Weather forecasters noted that the southwest monsoon has significantly weakened over the last few days. A strong high-pressure area over Asia has also led to the gradual changing of the season. However, the La Niña is expected to persist, which will cause above-normal rainfall conditions in some parts of the country. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.